Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. Hey guys, AJ Town here live with the T Storm Chasers, ready to bring you the latest weather news and information. We're going to discuss weather right now. You just watched our police briefing there earlier. Now we are going to discuss the snow system that is right behind us here. We are watching this system as it's going to be pushing up from the southwest and going to be moving in a northeasterly direction. Unfortunately, guys, I can't do it as much as what I used to because I am still in my sling. So it is kind of hard to do everything with just one hand. So I do certainly apologize for that. So anyways, we will certainly jump into this, start looking at this winter storm as we are going to start seeing some of the snow system start to form over the course of the next 24 hours is what we are certainly going to be watching as this system starts to become a snowstorm moving out of the Colorado Rockies and Kansas into the Nebraska area and South Dakota, and then continue to push its way through the Iowa and Minnesota area. As we do continue to put this model into motion, we'll start it at 21 hours there. We can start to see out there in Colorado that storm system is starting to form right there. Now we're about that 30-hour mark. We can start to see things really start to push up from the southwest. Now as we get to about that 18 Zulu, so that's about your lunch hour, we start to really start seeing this come in through the Nebraska area. As that certainly does push into the Nebraska area, we are seeing snow system that is going to start to knock on our door here as we go into the 48-hour mark. So now we're at 00 Zulu. So that's going to be about your commute home is what we are starting to watch, is going to be when this will start to really ramp up and start to push into the Sioux Falls area and into the South Dakota, Iowa, and Minnesota area, I-90 corridor. As we go into the next hour there, next model there, we're at 06 Zulu, so that's about 1 o'clock in the morning there. We'd really see the strongest portion of this storm start really pushing through. You can see the darker blue there. That'll push through between the 6 and 12 o'clock time frame. That'll quickly move out of the area and continue to make its way eastward and affect that area. Now, as we go through the rest of the week, good news is we're not seeing much more of a snow system until 12/12. 12/12, we are starting to see another storm system building out west there. We are seeing in front of the low pressure system some warmer temps. That's going to create some rain storm system. 12/13, actually this is going to be 12/12 because this is at 00 Zulu, so that's going to be about that 6 o'clock time frame. We are watching another major winter storm for Monday into Tuesday. You can see how ramped up this storm is getting and this is going to really start to affect the area come Monday into Tuesday. We are continuing to monitor this snowstorm, as this does stick around for a lot of the day on Tuesday into actually Wednesday is what we are finally starting to see the snow system start to move out. By Thursday, it finally moves out of the area. So we are watching a major winter storm for Monday through Wednesday of next week as well. Speaking of that snow system moving through the area, we have a winter weather advisory in effect for areas in Nebraska and Kansas. We have not seen that push northward or eastward yet. We will, however, most likely see that push north and eastward. I would not be surprised if the National Weather Service doesn't issue a winter weather advisory in the next 12 hours. Now, as we want to take a look at another model system here, this is going to be our NAM. This will give us an idea as well. This will give us, we're going here now on 12/8. We can start seeing that system starting to push northward here. Fortunately, that didn't load correctly, so give me a second to get that loaded. Joys of doing a live shot. So let's skip as that is going. Let's look at the latest HRR model run. Now this is the latest model run, which is more up to date than anything else. As we could put this map into motion here, we start to see that system start come over to the Colorado area and Kansas there. That is starting to push northward, northeastward. We can see right there McCook, Nebraska, where it starts to form. That will start to make a line here very quickly as it comes in about that 1 o'clock time frame, 3 o'clock, and then that will continue to progress its way northeastward and move through the I-90 corridor, Sioux Falls area, about that commute home, about that 4 o'clock time frame. Now, as that pushes out of the area here, we'll take a closer look at it here into the Sioux Falls area and southeastern portions of South Dakota and Iowa and Minnesota here. Now give me just a second to get it caught up here. As we start to see things start to form there, we do see some isolated chances of rain pushing through. Right there about that 1 o'clock time frame is when we really start to see things ramp up. 3 o'clock about South Dakota. And then about that 5 o'clock time frame is when we start to see things move through. As you can see, some of that red and pink mixed in there, that is an indication of some ice that's going to be accumulating with the system as it pushes through and does manage to push its way off to the east and to the north. Looking at the National Weather Service, here is the National Weather Service's information. You do see that they are putting a 1+ inch for a lot of the area there in red. A light icing is going to be possible according to the National Weather Service. Now we're going to jump back to our latest model run. I know a lot of you are asking snow totals. We want to look at one more model run here on timing of this. As you can see, this is also an agreement here about that 3 o'clock time frame. Things starting to push through. Coming into the Sioux Falls area about that 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock time frame with this. Does keep the ice accumulation with that too, and does quickly progress its way northeastward. So right about 4 o'clock time frame tomorrow is what we are seeing with that. Now, as many of you are wondering, snow totals, here is kind of a model that we put together of snow totals, looking at Yankton about 1.6, Highway 18, Highway 81 junction there about 2.3, Sioux Falls about that 1.8, Mitchell about 1.3, Brookings about 0.8, 0.4, Watertown, Huron 0.3, Chamberlain 0.7. Further west we go, or further east we go, we do see some higher snow totals. Now, we're going to take another look at a GFS model, which kind of increases the snow totals for much of the area. You can see 3.2 for that Yankton area, 3.3 for Sioux Falls. So we're right about between that 2 to 3 inch mark is what we are looking at. Seeing this pushing through the area is right about that 2 to 3 inch mark is what we are seeing. As we look at the European model as well, give me a second here. As we go through Friday there, the European model does put it right again about that 2 to 3 inch mark. So the nice thing is with this is, as we do look at the European model, we've looked at the NOM model, the GFS model, and we also have looked at the HRR model. They are all in agreement with about that 2 to 3 inch mark. So we are going to see that with a light coating of ice is going to be possible. Now we're looking at less than probably 1/10 of an inch of ice. We're not looking at anything like a repeat that we've seen in, I believe that was 2013 when we had that major ice storm come through. We're not seeing anything like that. So that is a good look out there. As we look at temps across the area, they are going to be cool. You do see up northward there, they are in the single to negative digits. Sioux Falls is right around the 18-degree mark, so it is a chilly start. And then to get to warmer weather, guys, you're going to have to go further south, unfortunately. Now, as we take a look, speaking of temps, give me a moment here. As we take a look at your 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, you can see we're going to be leaning towards below normal there for this time of year. So it is going to be moving into some colder temps. And precipitation outlook, we are going to be right there leaning above that near normal mark, for the Midwest portions there, much of Minnesota, South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska there. Speaking of outlooks, let's take a look at your Christmas outlook. Are we going to see a white Christmas, folks? It looks like right now there is a good chance of seeing some white snow for Christmas. We are looking at a 384 hour model run. So that 384 model run there, it is looking at seeing some snow for much of South Dakota, Minnesota, some of Iowa, much of Nebraska. So we are seeing that chance of seeing some of this. Now, this is all snow that we are seeing as far as snow depth. Now, the next model I'm going to show you, it's more of our snow depth as far as what we're going to see. Now, I really want to caution you guys on looking at this and being like, wow, 18.8 inches. No, we are simply showing you this to say, hey, it's going to be a good chance of seeing a white Christmas of in much of this area here that we can see. You know, so that is one thing that we definitely want to caution you guys on, is don't read into this map. We're definitely not looking at that 18.8 inches snow depth, over 2 feet of snow in North Dakota. No, we're just saying that, hey, guys, we are going to see this white Christmas possibility be decently high. So as we again look at our latest information here and everything, we are looking at, again, a severe as winter weather advisory for those areas in green. We will see that most likely push northeastward and see that winter weather advisory continue up northeastward. We do want to caution you guys, there is a probability of seeing some ice with this, so definitely be cautious with that. We will see roughly, again, as we look at the latest model here, we will see, again, between that 2 to 3 inch mark. So we definitely want to be ready for this snow system as it does continue to progress its way northeastward. We will continue to monitor it. We will do another briefing tomorrow as we do get the latest weather information with this system. So continue to stay with T Storm Chasers as we will bring you the latest information. Again, guys, this has been AJ Town with the T Storm Chasers. I appreciate you guys for following us. Thank you. We'll continue to monitor this latest snowstorm as it does continue to progress its way northeastward. We will also continue to monitor that winter storm that is going to be moving through the area beginning of next week. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a fantastic day. Stay safe out there.